Hey, my beautiful bitches, it's me, Fiona St. James, and welcome to another episode of Fiona's Coffee Talks. And as always, I like to start off every day with a fresh, hot, black cup of coffee. Hold the cream! I'd love to. And of course, I think of my favorite quote of the century by Oscar Wilde, which says, "Life is too important to be taken seriously, so lighten up, folks." So today's topic is, drumroll please, life of a drag queen slash empress, part 6. Girl, I almost forgot what I was filming. Uh, okay, so episode 5, I spoke about going to Toronto's coronation a month after 9/11. So I don't remember the exact order. This may have actually happened beforehand, but that's neither here nor there. The coronation that I want to speak to about is Cincinnati. So Cincinnati was incredible. It's such a fun city. Anyway, they drink a lot, so I fit right in because back then, girl, who knew? So when you go to these coronations, there's always a theme. So whoever the monarchs are that are stepping down, they set what the theme is. So their theme, when I read the brochure, it said something like, what was it? Something about like voodoo princesses from hot cabana boys to like whatever. Now, I misread it and I thought it said voodoo priestesses. So what Wacky and I used to do is like, we had this thing where like whatever the theme was, we would sort of like put a spin on it and like kind of make it a little fucked up and then put it up a notch and like do something where it technically was an interpretation of it, but it was a little like off the beaten path. So because I thought it said voodoo priestesses, I immediately envisioned the boogeymen from March of the Wooden Soldiers and how hideous they were with the fangs and the crazy hair. And so we went that route. And also what we did was, because we wanted to look like hideous like that, you know, we had these crazy wigs and fangs. And I remember I wore like this bamboo skirt and these coconut titties, and we had like spears. And I was thinking of March of the Wooden Soldiers and that little doll from Trilogy of Terror. Remember that little bitch with the knife? Poor Karen Black. She had it coming though. And so, and then what we also did was we took like this brown body makeup and covered from like our entire bodies from head to toe, faces, everything. So picture this, you have all of these empresses and emperors dressed to the nines, dressed all beautifully, and then you had he and I, and we looked horrifying. And because we were all brown, I was referring to us as shit people, because we literally were like, I'm gonna show you a picture at the end of this, so make sure you stay till the ending. So when they present you, you know, they do each court, and then, you know, you go from like the lower rank to the highest rank. So it's always the emperor and empress that are introduced last, and you like walk up to the emperor and empress that are stepping down to like, you know, give them your congratulations or, you know, hug them, curtsy, whatever. So everyone's doing their walk, and then when oh my Lord, I'll never forget this. When they introduced us, like rather than just walking, like I took Wacky's hand, and thank God he followed my lead, and we had our spears, and we were like walking, like marching, like spreading our legs and like in unison, and the audience of course went insane. And I think the funniest part of all of that was then, like at the end of the night, when the emperor and empress individually have their moment to do their final little step down. So like imagine like the emperor goes first. And so then all of the other visiting emperors a lot of times are on stage standing behind him. They form like a little half circle while he does whatever. And Wacky and I think we kept forgetting what we look like, because then all of a sudden he's on stage and I'm looking at him and I'm like, this is the craziest, funniest shit I've ever seen. And then when it was the empress's turn to go up there, I'm standing there amongst all these beautifully dressed women looking horrific. And Wacky had forgotten because we kept forgetting. And then all of a sudden he sees me and he like goes running up to the stage and he's like pointing at me, like laughing. And he's like, oh my God, you look horrifying. And I'm thinking to myself, well, bitch, so do you. I mean, we looked alike pretty much. So all I know is that it was probably the most fun I've ever had because it was the one time where, like, even though traditionally we would kind of like twist it and put it up a notch, it was, we always like wanted to look good, but this was totally about looking as horrifying and as ugly and as hideous as possible. And you guys know me, I've been doing drag close to 40 years. I ain't never trying to look ugly. That was so beautiful for me to have that moment and that opportunity, and the fact that we even came up with that. And then always what happens is on a Sunday after the ball, they have a victory brunch. So whoever is stepping down, they always give out awards. So a lot of the awards, you know, they were different things, but the one, like the primary award that everyone always wanted to get was Best Emperor and Best Empress in Theme. And not for nothing, but we won those. Like every coronation that we went to, we pretty much like always won. And there was no way we were not going to win that one. So, you know, then of course at Victory Brunch, everyone is reminded about how horrifying we looked. It was just brilliant. Anyway, so that's my Cincinnati story. Don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe if you have not. And I so look forward to seeing everyone again soon, and make sure you take care of yourselves. All right. Follow my social media too. Most everything is at Fiona St. James. All right. Love you.